And that's, you can see with Floyd too. Floyd really was like that too. He really like, although he like continued like to got belts and shit like that, but I mean, pardon me, but.
Roger, that was a defeat. I lost. When I lost a lot of loved ones around me, my grandmother, when I lost the mother of my children, those losses you can't bounce back from.
Obviously Tank isn't the biggest 135 pounder. Everybody fights is damn near bigger than him. I think the only person that was smaller than him was
Floyd Mayweather is again stirring the pot with Gervonta Tank Davis, this time by involving himself in Lamont Roach's training camp, just as he did with Frank Martin. Mayweather intends to get Roach ready for his bout against Davis and make him the first man to hand him a loss before Mayweather walks away from the sport.
The claims on X that your fight was canceled the last couple of weeks.
He's the one told Frank that I was running at 5 o'clock. His people drive by while I was running.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So they were like spying her, kind of?
No. He got a club.
Davis, with a perfect record of 30-0 with 28 knockouts, has previously bested Martin in the amateurs and most recently knocked him out in June. For Mayweather, he now looks forward to helping Roach close that gap. Considered one of the best defensive fighters in the sport, Mayweather has been mentoring Roach on how to negate Davis's tremendous power punches.
Friday, he told Frank that he was giving Frank tips.
Really? How'd you know that? Just word of mouth?
I seen, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just in height and stature. He was, technically bigger than Tank too. But Tank is comfortable.
This is what it is. You just don't ever know what can happen in the sport. Right. We take losses every day, even though I may have had my hand raised every time I went out there and performed, but
Roach, currently riding a 6-fight winning streak since his only career loss to Jamel Herring in 2019, claimed a world title in November with a split decision victory over Hector Garcia. But in this case, Mayweather says Davis is cherry-picking opponents rather than challenging elite lightweight talents like Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Ryan Garcia, or Teofimo Lopez. And if Davis keeps it up, his legacy will be hollow.
Those are lifetime losses. And as long as you went out there and gave it 100% in that square circle, if you gave it 100% and you happy with what you did when you went out there, then that's what it is. It is. It's boxing. What's gonna happen is gonna happen. It's boxing.
Talk to Danny a little bit about what he's got going on, and just kind of transitioning. There's so much going on in boxing right now. I wanted to get you guys' thoughts. So look.
Boxing trainer Greg Hackett sees the Davis versus Roach matchup as competitive, despite Roach's lack of mainstream recognition. While he acknowledges Roach's skills, he notes that Roach doesn't have the star power of fighters like Garcia and Haney. Nevertheless, he believes the fight is significant for the DMV region, especially given both fighters' history with Hector Garcia.
And become world champion and take things to that next level. And I've always been there for him. And just over the years, you can see I've always been positive, always said great.
Fighters, he loves to embrace guys. So what was being around talking to Floyd? Like, what has Floyd taught you about fighting? And has it made you a better fighter? Because he could tell me all day to do that shit he does.
It is not surprising that Mayweather is now involved with Roach, considering his long-standing feud with Davis. Their relationship has soured over time, with Mayweather criticizing young fighters for prioritizing luxury over skill. He even backed Frank Martin against Davis, offering strategic advice to Martin before their fight. Despite this, Davis knocked Martin out in the 8th round, reaffirming his dominance. Before the fight, Martin disclosed that Mayweather had been coaching him to take advantage of Davis's weaknesses.
The claims on X that your fight was canceled the last couple of weeks.
He's the one told Frank that I was running at 5 o'clock. Sam Davis!
Mayweather justified his actions by stating that he was allowed to support whoever he wanted and would have supported Davis if he had asked for it. However, Davis felt that Mayweather's involvement was another indication of their poor relationship, especially since Mayweather was discouraging people from watching the fight by promoting UFC instead.
10, we know your opponent's sleep at that time. So go run at 2 in the morning and go give yourself a mental edge, because you out there working every night at 2 in the morning running. That's
going to become world champion and take things to that next level. And I've always been there for him. And just over the years, you can see I've always been positive, always said great.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what does being around a guy like Floyd do for you?
He could tell you, go run at 2 in the morning. Go do it because
After his upcoming boxing match with Davis, Mayweather plans to continue with another lucrative bout against McGregor.
I'd whoop your ass. He's 40-odd. Leave him be. Fair play to him. He got the win that night. Much power, much respect to him. All due respect given to him. Let's see how it goes in the next year or two with his finances, whether he is as smart as he. To see an individual go out on top like that, close to $1 billion in earnings from fighting alone, I take my hat off to that. I'm actually, after the fight, I'm like, you know what, fair play to the guy. Much respect to him, so I'm not the type of guy to say, no, give me one more.
Mayweather won the 10-round match against McGregor in 2017. McGregor earned $130 million, yet Mayweather received almost $300 million from their fight. McGregor maintains that he desires a rematch with Mayweather, but proposes to contest the bout using his standard UFC weight of 170 pounds across reduced fighting duration.
And that's why he is in the position he is in. So hats off to him. If a rematch happened, I would most certainly beat him. I've no doubt in my mind. He's claimed retired. I'm not the type of guy to begrudge a man. The fight game is a cruel, ruthless business.
McGregor has also shown interest in boxing Terence Crawford.
Crawford is very slick. He also has a wrestling pedigree. So we're talking back and forth. It's like a 2-fight deal. And Crawford, they're talking to me here about you and me, a 2-fight deal.
Offering a 2-fight deal, one in MMA and one in boxing. He initially rejected Crawford's offer over concerns regarding the rules of MMA, but Crawford has since intimated that he may reconsider. McGregor, on the other hand, is more than ready to return to combat sports as he waits for official confirmation of his next UFC bout. As the situation intensifies with Mayweather and Davis, and McGregor is in search of his next fix, boxing enthusiasts are more than excited to tune into these rivalries. Will Mayweather's mentorship help Roach upset the Tank, or will the latter continue his reign? Also, will McGregor finally get his shot at the boxing legend? Only time will tell.